the questions to keep myself aligned. Waste away the hours doing what I should, knowing that my soul tells me it's not for my own good.
Let's talk a little bit more about kindness. So yesterday when we were talking about kindness, we talked about, again, I want to keep going back to, inside us, there's this incredible energy. Thank you. There's this incredible energy of like source, universe, energy that's in us, right? Which is great. And part of connecting to that is showing kindness to others. So that's the second phase of intention, which is kindness, according to Dr. Wayne Dyer. I've been doing a lot of reading about him today, or in the last month. So as I was going to move into the third part of intention, the third one, I realized that there's still more to say about kindness, and I didn't want to skip over it because it's pretty cool, and I wanted to share it. So when people take, a lot of people take antidepressants, bad. A lot of people take antidepressants, but the purpose behind antidepressants originally were to sort of get people over a hump, right? That really is the purpose. They're not supposed to take it for like 30 years, right? What they're supposed to do is, take it for 24 to 72 hours, get them over the hurdle, and then, in that time, find some really good help. But because there's not a lot of really good help on the other end, there's lots of help, but it's usually only talk therapy, which re-traumatizes us anyways. So people just continue taking it. But why do we take antidepressants? Like, what does it do, right? What do the antidepressants do? So what they do is they falsely release serotonin. It's a chemical into the body. It's kind of a feel-good. All right. It's a feel-good chemical. All right. So it releases serotonin into the body. All right. But falsely. All right. So that's what these antidepressants, basically their purpose is. Okay. So the more serotonin you have in your body, the more you feel good. Right. And please comment and question throughout this. All right. Because I really like the interaction. So the antidepressants are doing this artificially. All right. So why am I telling you this? Okay. When you are a recipient of kindness, when somebody is being kind to you, all right, then that serotonin in your brain that goes through your hypothalamus gets released into your body. All right. But not only is your body flooded with serotonin, but it also, this kindness, strengthens your immunity system. So this is twofold of what kindness does. Well, first of all, it connects you to source, okay, energy. But secondly, it strengthens your serotonin, it strengthens your immunity system, and it floods your body with this feel-good chemical, right, that you create in your own body. So that's when you are the recipient of kindness. Now, when you give kindness, the exact same thing happens. So the giver and the taker or the giver and the recipient are experiencing the same thing, right? They are flooding their system with this beautiful feel-good chemical that their brain creates, and their immunity system is strengthened. Now, here's the really cool part. If you are an observer, so if you are in the energy field of someone, if you're watching someone give someone else kindness, guess what? You are getting the same effects, okay? So you are also strengthening your immunity system, and serotonin, that feel-good chemical, is rushing through your body. So not only when you give it, not only when you are the recipient, but also when you observe it, okay? When you watch it, when you see it happening, when you're in that field, okay? So to me, that was like, that's awesome, okay? So that's a really cool thing. The more serotonin that we have, the better that we feel. So the kinder that we are, the better that we will feel, okay? And that sounds like it makes sense, but we've forgotten in most cases how to be kind. If you guys watched my video yesterday, I tried to reach out to a fibromyalgia group in kindness. And man, oh man, good thing I wasn't there in purpose, in person, because yikes, I think they would have ate me. So that wasn't like that. There was no kindness there. Okay. And it actually threw me off for the whole day. Like I ended up having to cancel my clients from about 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock on, because I wasn't expecting it. And it was a flood of unkindness. And all I did was ask if I could help. That's what I did. I asked, I put forth kindness. Can I help? Would you be ready to listen if you thought that I could help you? And like what I got back was over 300 texts of unkindness, to the point where it threw me right off my game for the whole day. Like I just had to go and do some good things for myself. I had to be kind for me, right? I got my hair cut, I got my nails done. Like, so there was, I had to, and this was almost therapeutic, because it was like, I was so not in a good place. I was feeling weird. I couldn't focus. Like that's the reaction that I got, even though I wasn't believing the things that they were saying. I know that I'm not a troll, right? So I wasn't believing the things that they were saying. I know I'm not trying to take advantage of anyone. Like all the things that they try to, it's how they're feeling about themselves and like deflecting it onto me. And I knew that those things were not true about me, because I know who I am. Yet that energy of that many texts, like just like threw me right off. Okay. So if we thought about how we can heal the world, if serotonin is a feel-good chemical in our body and it increases our immunity system and strengthens it, then really the solution, a simple solution to a lot of the world's problems, is just speaking to each other with kindness, right? How would that change everything if everybody in this world was kind to one another, right? How would that change things? How would that make things different for everyone if we were just kind, right? So all we have to do is learn to be kinder. Sounds easy, right? But I don't know. I guess it's not that easy, because people just don't want to be kind to one another. But that's because they're so wrapped up in their own stuff, right? So be aware of what you are giving out. So part of, there's a challenge that we've got coming up, but part of it is to be aware of what you are giving out. All right. And you will match up with this energy inside you, with the universe, simply by being kind. Okay. I know what I'm saying, and what I've been saying in a lot of these videos sounds really woo-woo and out there, and she's like this universe thumper and all this stuff. But listen, it is true. Okay. So it's a thing, and it's how energy works. And, these things have been proven, and they've been proven through quantum physics. So it's not just me harping on be kind, like rainbows and lollipops here. These are factual things. We want to believe things that can be so much more difficult, because we're so used to living in drama, but really they don't have to be that difficult. We make them difficult. Okay. We make them hard. All right. So here's your challenges. All right. So here's your challenges. 1, I'd like you to take some time to develop your intentions in writing. Like really write down, what are my intentions in this world? What is when I say purpose, again, not talking about path and purpose, living purposefully, living on purpose. Okay. So what are my intentions in this world? And I'd like you to write them down. Okay. And really start to develop a desire, a yearning for those things. Okay. So one of my intentions is that I am going to rid this world of fibromyalgia. It doesn't matter if it kills me, I'm doing it, right? Because that is my thing, right? And all the symptoms underneath it, right? So that is my mission right now, okay? And that is my intention. I'm going to bring unlimited abundance into my world. These are my intentions. I am going to help people and be kinder and really pay attention to, how kind I'm being, even in the most trying of moments. Okay, so that was a lesson that I learned yesterday, right? Even in the most trying of moments. It was funny, while people were writing these texts to me, the thought that was dropping into my head, which was weird, I don't know why I was thinking that, but the thought that was dropping into my head was, you know, what would Gandhi do? I don't know why I would think that, but I was like, what would Gandhi do if somebody was talking to him in this way? So it actually helped me to remain kind, no matter what anybody was saying. So what do you intend for your life? And then the second part of that is, I want you to intend the exact same things that you intended for yourself for others. I want you to share that intention with others. I want you to send that intention and desire that same intention for the people that are in your life. For everyone. Okay, send those intentions out. Okay. Thirdly, I'd like you to be the peace. Live the peace that you want from others. To live the peace that you want from others. All right? Don't be anything different than that. All right? Don't be anything different than that. Live the peace that you want from others, and don't be anything different than that. Next, let's go back to that one for a second. If you don't have peace with some members of your family and circle of people in your life, so that's the challenge, right? Is sometimes we have people in our family that know exactly what buttons to push. They can play us like a piano, all right? So you still have to send them peace, all right? But what it means when you're having this conflict or having trouble having peace with certain members of your family is that there's something inside you. There's a peace, there's an unpeace somewhere inside you. And that unpeace can represent itself as anxiety or depression or anger or guilt or whatever, right? So that's what's inside that unpeace. So here's what you're going to do with that. You are actually going to take a breath. This is what I tell people to do all the time. So just take a deep breath. And when you release your breath, notice what part of your body your attention is going to. Notice where your attention immediately is drawn in your body, and that's where that unpeace is centered. That's where it's sitting in your body. And then I want you to send the intention of peace, calmness, kindness to that part of your body until you can take that breath and it just feels lighter, like it's dissipating. Just notice it just leaving you. All right. Next, the fourth part of this is I would like you to begin the process of living what you have intended to manifest as if it is true. It's already happened. All right. So whatever those intentions were that you wrote down, I'd like you to live them as if they're already a thing in your life. Like it's already your life. All right. It's already happening in your life. So that's what you want to do. And understand that every conflict that you're having within yourself about this is a conflict with your own energy. So, you want to match up. So if you're having conflict about living your own intentions, it's because you're conflicting with yourself. All right. You're conflicting with yourself. There's nobody else holding you back. Okay. That's a confliction that you're having with yourself. And keep reminding yourself, keep remembering, keep understanding that you have this amazing energy within you, right? This is not just something that's written in a religious book anymore. This has actually been proven as a fact, okay? This is a fact. So you have this amazing energy within you. You can do anything, okay? You can do anything. So the next thing I'd like you to think about, the fifth thing I want you to try and do, is detach from the outcome. Don't let your peacefulness and attitude be dependent upon somebody else's bad behavior. So if somebody's acting badly towards you, detach from that outcome. It's not about winning or losing an argument. It's not about winning or losing a conflict. That's not the important thing. All right. The important thing is to find that peace within you. Right. Sometimes it's like, okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Winning or losing that argument, even when we win it, like if we fight with someone and we fight and we fight and we fight and we win the argument, do you feel good? Because I know I haven't, right? You feel exhausted, you feel drained, you're like, holy shit, that took forever. Like, so it doesn't feel good. So even the win doesn't feel good. So what's the point, right? So you want to, it doesn't matter if you win. You're still going to live your intention. It doesn't matter if you have the last word. It doesn't matter if you win that argument. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's not important. Okay. It's not that important because you don't feel good in the end anyway, right? So it's not that important. How do we get people to want to help us? Right? And as we help others, right, to serve us because we are willing to serve other people, right? And that is by making an affirmation. So the sixth part of this challenge is that I'd like you to say an affirmation to yourself over and over. And that is, I attract only peace and peaceful people into my life. I attract peace and only peaceful people into my life. Okay? I attract peace and only peaceful people into my life. Now, if you have a practice like mine, you probably are going to want to still get the unpeaceful people because you need to work with them, right? So, into my personal life, I attract only peace and peaceful people into my personal life, right? So just saying that to yourself over and over. And the seventh piece of this is to practice forgiveness, all right? Forgiveness is a huge and extremely powerful force, okay? And hold no grudges. There's no point. There is no point in holding any grudges. If you don't forgive someone, you don't have to forgive them in person. It doesn't matter what they've done to you. Even if you feel like the offense that they did to you was unforgivable, you need to forgive them, especially them, okay? You need to forgive them, maybe not in person, but within yourself. You need to forgive them and understand that we forgive in pieces. We forgive in percentages. So you may not be able to sit down and forgive somebody 100% the first time you sit down and think about forgiving them or meditating forgiveness to them or sending them forgiveness in your mind or in your energy and just blasting that out to them. You might only forgive them 10% and the next time might be another 30. It might take you a few times and that's okay. All right. That is natural and that is okay. But each time you do this, I feel like forgiveness is great for other people, but really it's very much for you because it doesn't matter if that other person accepts your forgiveness or not. That is not the important thing. That's their journey. That's their issue. They're going to either accept it or not accept it or send you forgiveness or not, and you are going to even accept forgiveness. Okay. And why? Because that's for you. If you carry these grudges and things around inside you, they only hurt you. It's the only person they hurt is you. Okay. When you don't forgive someone, you are still giving away your power. Okay. So by not forgiving someone, you are not hurting them. Okay. You are hurting yourself. Okay. You have turned your back on your own source. You are hurting yourself. And that is a fact. Okay. Everything that you do is about you. All right. When people say it's not all about you, yeah, it is. Everything that I do is about me. Even when I help other people, I benefit from that, right? But that's not why I do it. I do it to be kind, but still the benefits, I am going to reap the benefits of that, okay? Or the consequences if I'm not, okay? So whatever I do, it is, in the end, will have something to do with me, okay? Because I have my own little universe thing going on here, as we all do. We can't control anybody else, okay? So holding no grudges and practice making amends. So if you have hurt someone, then practice making amends, okay? It doesn't matter. Listen to me very carefully here. Let's say you hurt your mom, all right, about something and she hasn't been talking to you and she keeps bringing it up and you hurt her, okay? But you feel that you are justified in what you did, whatever, okay? Just make amends. It doesn't matter. What has been doesn't matter. It's about this moment moving forward. All right. It's about this moment moving forward. I compare it to, you know, if you're on a speedboat. Some of you who watch my videos have heard me say this, right? So it's like a speedboat. If you're sitting at the back of the boat and you're watching the wake, okay, those waves, if you're watching the wake, it doesn't matter what you do. You can't change the wake. You can't. You're just watching it. You can't change how the waves are going. You just can't. Okay? There's nothing you can do about it. They're going to do what they're going to do. All right? It's already done. You can't change it. But if you sit at the front of the boat, you can now steer it. So it's a choice. Do you want to sit at the back of the boat or do you want to sit at the front of the boat? Where do you want to be in the boat? Okay? So that's really a choice that you have to make. So making amends is for yourself. Let's say you go up to your mom now and you say, you know what? I know what I did really hurt you. And I'm truly and sincerely sorry for that. Like, I am sorry that that hurt you. That wasn't my intention. Whatever, you know, I'm sorry. Let's not talk about, you know, why it happened. Just, I'm sorry. It shouldn't have happened, right? Not like that. Should not have happened. And I'm sorry. Let's say she turns around and says, F you, or, you know what? Don't care, right? I don't want your apology, right? That part doesn't matter. That's now her journey. That's something that she has to deal with. You have you have put out sincerely your forgiveness or your intent to be forgiven. All right. To say, I'm sorry. That's what's important for you. You are going to benefit from that. You are going to release those grudges and things that you've been holding on to. All right. You are going to feel better. If she doesn't want to accept it, you can't control what another person does. That has nothing to do with anything. Okay? That doesn't have anything to do with what you're doing. How weird is that, right? Because why? Because only she can control what she's going to do. She's either going to accept something or not accept something, and she will either benefit or feel the consequences of that decision. That is up to her. That is not up to you. It doesn't mean that you did it wrong. Okay? As long as your intent is there and as long as you are sincere about it, then that is what matters. What they do with that, not your problem. Okay? Not your issue. Nothing that you can control. All right? So those are the things that I'd like you to focus on this week. Now I'm going to end this with a quote from a book called The Course in Miracles. Okay? Do you want peace, forgiveness in your life? Do you want peace and forgiveness in your life? Do you want happiness, a quiet mind, a certainty of purpose, and a sense of worth and beauty that transcends the world? Do you want quietness that cannot be disturbed, a gentleness that can never be hurt? A deep, abiding comfort and a rest so peaceful that it can never be upset. Only forgiveness offers all of this to you. Letting go and letting good. Letting go and letting good means letting go and letting God. Only forgiveness offers all of this to you. Okay? So I'm just going to take a look at if any comments. Yes, right, Lacey? Antidepressants make you more depressed because you're kind of on pause. You're just existing. All right? And the side effects are brutal on your body, and you are just flooding your body with more. It's doing false serotonin, and at the same time, flooding your body with a lot of negative energy. Right? Flooding your body. So I'm just reading. Yes, right, Corey, that is very true. So CBD. I know I talk about CBD in almost every video. You don't see me doing a lot of CBD videos. Why? Because I talk about it because it's in my practice. It's part of my protocol. It's not the main part of my protocol, but it is a part of my protocol with people. And they can choose to take it or not take it. But the effects of the CBD are so amazing on the body that It allows us to do all of these things if we are in a state of conflict, if we are in a state of anxiety and depression. It allows us to actually make these changes in our lives because our body is starting to feel better, okay? Because our mind is starting to feel better, all right? We still have to do release work. We still have to change some beliefs, because if you just depend on one thing like CBD, then that is, again, one layer, all right? So as I've told you, we are multi-layered people. So we have to deal with all of those layers. So just CBD won't work. That's like just doing talk therapy. It's not enough. Just going for Reiki sessions, not enough, right? You have to work with yourself on all these different layers in order to really fully be back into this, what you were meant to be on purpose, and clear all the baggage that you've been carrying around, okay? So that's basically what I do with my clients, is we're clearing the baggage, right? So that you can be on purpose, right? But as we clear this baggage, none of that pain or anxiety or depression will ever come back. Even if for some reason you decide to stop taking CBD, you're not going to go back to that person that you used to be. Okay, that's not going to happen. So that's why I do what I do, right? Because it is an elimination process, a changing process, a realignment of who you are. It is not a process of coping and handling. Okay. So good point, Corey. I like that. So you guys, thank you so much for coming again this morning. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about the third phase of intention, which is, you knew this one was coming, which is love. Okay. And it's like it's not just the mushy love, but it's also love. Because, and just a thought that I'd like to leave you with, you have all these challenges. Please listen to this video again and write down the challenges and understand what's happening. Okay. What I'd like you to do. Right. And I'd love to hear some comments and questions about it afterwards. But love is energy. It is energy. We come from a place of love. We were created from a place of love, right? And people in the past have talked about this fire and brimstone place called hell, a place of love. If energy has created everything, and it did, the whole universe was created by energy. Do you really think, I mean, step outside your box for a second in your mind. Do you really believe for a second, deep down in the very center of you, in the center of your quiet, do you even believe for a moment that a place of love would create a place of hate? The only thing that was created was free will, so that we're not puppets. We have choices, okay? So heaven and hell is not a place that you go to. Heaven and hell is a place that we create on this planet, in this life, in this body, while we are living. All right? But we're going to talk about love a little bit more tomorrow, but I just want to kind of leave you with that thought, so that when we're talking about love tomorrow, we're not talking about heart pumping, oh my God, I love that guy kind of love. That's part of it, but it's not the main piece of what we're going to be talking about. All right? So I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a fantastic day. Thank you again for joining me. Hi, Meryl, Alicia, Krista, Ursula, Jessica, there you are. Tyler, nice, thank you. Beth, Helen, Sandra, Rita, you know, you guys are amazing, and I love your support, and I am grateful. I am so very grateful for all the support that I get, and I see that a lot of videos get shared and stuff, and I love that. Thank you so much for all of that. I wake up every morning at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I sit down with my Remarkable. This is what I'm always reading off of. This is such a cool thing. I love this thing. Like I've got all my notes are in here. It's this amazing tablet. And I sit down and I make my notes for my video that I'm going to do that morning. And every morning I'm appreciative knowing that you will be here, and I can help you to organize your thoughts, or send a message, or start your healing work, or step into your path, or start living your life on purpose, or whatever all those things are. If I can be a part of that in any way, if I can help you to do that in any way, then wow, I have done my job. Okay. And I am thrilled to be a part of that. And I feel honored and privileged to be a piece of that. So thank you so much for joining me all the time. And I just wanted to put that out to you and let you know that this is just not about me doing lives and building clients for my practice. This is really more about sending you some wonderful messages, helping you and guiding you, and maybe letting you look at things in a way that you may not have looked at them in the past. Okay, so that is my main purpose in this. That is my on purpose of this, is to just, you know, maybe change the way that you see things. Maybe give you a few aha moments of, oh, I never thought of that. Because I know when I do my research, I still have those aha moments as I read the books of those who have written and guided people before me. I have a ton of aha moments. So if I can send you some of those moments too, then it's a job well done. A job well done. And I will benefit from that. And I thank you. And I thank you for that. So have a fantastic day. I love you guys. I really do. Thank you so much. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.
Look at my reflection in the mirror. I see that it's not the person who lives inside of me. Done with all the fear and doubts, the negativity. I'm shedding all the crap right now. I'm stepping in.